Welcome back to the Talking Shop podcast. This is episode 2. I'm Nick.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Taryn.
So, Ryan, Taryn, how's your week been? How was your race, Ryan?
Yeah, first 50K.
Yes. Good. I feel like everyone keeps asking me about it, and I don't know what to say. Like,
What do you mean?
Well, do you want to do another one?
Yeah, like it was so fun, but like, I don't know how to explain how
Was
it
it what
was
you
for me.
expected?
Yeah.
Was it
That's what
harder
I feel
or
like-
easier?
Easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt good about like the training I put in.
Yeah.
Especially with like how I recovered and felt afterwards. Like I was solid.
I will say, your lack of hill training
Did not.
didn't bother you.
Literally every climb, I'm like, this one's for you, Taryn.
You're the king of the SVT.
I know. I tried to up it a little bit at the end,
Yeah.
like getting into some more elevation, but I don't know. It's like max 2,200.
Yeah.
And then I think race day, it was like 3,600.
Oh, yeah. You were fine.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. My watch said 36, but some dude I was running with, he had 39. So
Yeah,
I don't know what it actually was. The course map said 39.
Yeah.
But somewhere in there.
What kind of
But
watch
yeah.
do you have?
Koros.
Yeah, when you start getting to like those longer distances, like you'll start to...
There's just like, I'm like, maybe he was taller than me.
Or maybe you
Got
were
lost.
taller, so
Yeah.
you didn't have as much to go up.
But no, it was super fun. I realized just like how nice people are, like mid race.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there were people that were lost and like out of water, and everyone's just like super nice and
Yeah.
helps everyone out. But yeah,
What's next?
I know.
What is it? What do you think?
I told Taryn I have like I have 6 tabs open on my computer now with different races. So
Well, you're signed up for one.
I did sign up for
Which one?
the Cirque series with him and with Nick and Kaylee.
Where's that?
Crystal.
Some mountain.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
When is that?
September.
Yeah,
Oh.
September. It's
Short-
like
What is it?
Short
Straight
and
up
steep.
crystal?
yeah.
Who
it's
puts
like
it on?
7.
Cirque series. They do like mostly races in Utah, like Alta. And
Oh.
they
Yeah.
one
Do
in
they have a
Alaska.
downhill race?
When you
No.
get to the top, it's all downhill.
Yeah. It's like 2,500 feet of vert in like
7.5,
miles.
a little more than
Yeah.
7.5
So it's gonna
miles.
be a steep one.
You're basically
Oh.
gonna power hike up and then
Yeah.
just send it down.
Yeah. But apparently they're like big parties, big festivals, so
Oh,
it's just
that's
kind of cool
cool.
to spend the day.
Yeah.
Like, a bunch of brands are there, and
Yeah.
it'll be fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
How's your training going for Cascade Crest 100?
Oh, I just thought I'd get my wisdom teeth out, so
Smart.
a little derailed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A little derailed.
that's okay. You still got time. You got what?
Like 4 weeks.
When is it?
Okay,
Four
maybe not that much time.
I
but-
know, it sucks. Like, the
July?
timing sucks. Yeah, it's July 18th.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you've
you're
been-
Like, please,
a
can
month
I
out.
at least chew real food soon?
Yeah.
That would be great.
No more smoothies.
But you've been here before. Like you know what to expect from 100 miles. Have you done Cascade before?
I did it the Smoky year and DNF'd at like 30
Okay.
at Tacoma.
So at least you know what the course, at least what to expect. as
Oh,
far
yeah.
as
It's
most-
just, I
Where
mean,
it's Easton, right?
yeah. It doesn't matter. It's all going to hurt.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not in the greatest shape, and I just started getting consistent this January after
Yeah.
a very long hiatus. So
What,
it's
your
fine.
wisdom teeth knocked you out, what, like a week?
Yeah. So I'll be back. I'm back on the plan now.
Okay.
So as
So-
of yesterday.
For group run.
Yeah, for group run. Back on the group run
Nice.
plan.
Gotta start somewhere.
So, what, you have long runs this weekend?
Yeah. Monday, Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, Monday's your long run
Yeah.
day.
What about you,
Nice.
Nick?
100K.
100K?
Training's going well. I'm just under a month out from 100K Siskiyou. I think that's how you pronounce it. Siskiyou,
Oregon.
Outback. Yeah, down in Ashland, Oregon. Training's going well. I got sick last week, which happens in every training block. Which block goes per?
And
what
when
block
you
goes perfect?
have children.
Yeah. So
That's true. You got a little germ machine.
yeah. So getting back into it, trying to cram for the test right now. Getting in those long runs this weekend and next weekend, and then the taper starts.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it, though. So what else is going on in race?
We're all tired.
Yeah.
like about that.
I'm ready for a snooze.
Speaking of racing, this is a pretty big week.
Yeah, by the time this comes out, it'll
Yeah.
be what, 2 days before Western States?
That's right, and we'll have just finished Broken Arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Broken
Like-
Arrow's fun.
Yeah.
That's a
So
fun
many
one.
different races going on. I didn't realize how many they have. It's
Yeah.
like,
Honestly, I've heard the name Broken Arrow, but I don't know like anything about it.
Yeah. I
Really?
think I did it in like 2017 or something.
You did it?
Yeah, it's super fun.
Which race?
I think the 50K.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
yeah,
Well,
they-
there's like 3 this weekend, right? There's like the Ascent one.
There's more than that, I think, but I think those are the ones that attract the most, the deepest fields. So there's the Ascent,
Yeah.
which is like almost like a VK. I think it's a little bit short. Although I did read just before we started this that they changed the course, so it's even shorter. It's like 2-something miles.
Because of weather or something?
I think it's winds and weather. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I saw. I think there's still some snow, so they're going to be doing that. So it's just like a really steep and short race, kind of like a VK.
Yeah.
Then there's the 23K.
Yep, 23K.
Yeah.
In a 46?
6K? Yeah, I think something
Yep.
like that. So,
But all the stuff they're doing around it, like the trail con and stuff,
Yeah.
like I would
Oh,
go just
so
for
jealous.
that.
Yeah.
You
they've
can
been-
stream it, just the audio. They said because I asked last night, I'm like, please say this stuff is gonna get recorded.
Yeah, they've been posting like the schedules for TrailCon like
Yeah.
today, and like I think the Kyle from Raid Research
Yeah.
is on the panel.
There's a bunch of
Speedland,
people.
um,
Walmsley.
Yeah, Walmsley.
yeah. So I'm looking here at Ultra Sign Up. They have a kids race. Ryan, you could do that.
Oh,
Um,
right down my alley.
Ascent. They have the Ascent. They have the 11K, the 18K, the 23K, the 46K, and then the Triple Crown, which is the people that do all 3 of those.
Yeah.
Um,
Can I start a
and the Iron
petition
Crown.
to like bring more downhill races to this country? They're so fun.
We got one this weekend.
We
no,
do
like a technical trail, man.
national race happening this weekend.
Speedgoat
Or-
used to do the quad banger. They did it 1 year. It was so I had the bloodiest toes of my life, but it was so
Your
fun.
Toes are just jammed
It
up
was
front.
so fun. Well, because you would come straight down, you'd take the chairlift, go back up, come straight down again, chairlift back up.
That sounds so dangerous.
It
Yeah.
was so fun.
Oh, that's epic.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, and then next week we have probably the most, I would say, anticipated trail race of the year, if not decade, which is Western States 100.
Yeah.
Any stories to follow for that? Anything that you're
I filled out my free trail fantasy today.
nice?
Somebody's
Spoiler.
gonna have to explain this fantasy thing
Okay.
to me.
We're gonna get into it because we're gonna talk.
Did you ever
about
All
play fantasy football?
Yeah, but I mean, it blows my mind that it would exist for trail.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so funny.
We'll talk about it later in the episode.
Yeah.
But speaking of, Ryan, what are we talking about today?
Today's episode. Yeah. The agenda for today is with events kind of like Western States, UTMB's only a couple months away. Running has drastically gained in popularity. So we're going to touch on some of the ways that running has changed, where it's at today. And Taryn can give us a little dive into
'Cause I'm old.
where it's come from. Things like trail running fantasy. There's tons of films out now, movies being made, podcasts. You're listening to one right now. Running is hype,
Yeah,
and we want to talk
it's
about
trendy.
it. And then, of course, gear. We will always have a gear review on this podcast. So today, if you can't tell, we've got the Salomon Aero Glide, every version known to man. But we're going to dive into just the standard road Aero Glide 3 and then the gravel version as well. So we've all logged different miles in the shoe, and we've all got some different thoughts on it. So that's what we're working with today.
Sweet.
Cool.
Booyah.
So today we're going to talk about just how, are we in a running boom, another running boom, right?
Yeah.
And so we're talking about both road running, track, trail, all types of running. And it'd be interesting to, hear your thoughts on how far we've come and since when? When did this running boom that we're in now start?
Well, yeah, because I feel like I think we touched on it in the first episode, just like where we all quickly started, because like
Yeah.
you've been in it the longest, myself like past 2 years, Nick a little bit longer, so like you have more context of
I was
what-
born in the
Yeah.
original boom.
right.
The 70s.
I don't know anything
Yeah.
about any
What was it
boom
like?
besides
Tell
the
us.
one we're in.
Tell
Yeah.
us.
Tell us about the glory
The
days.
boom. No, but that's when it got like it became normal. Like it became the thing to do. Was the
Was
70s.
it ultra running or just like running?
No, ultra really came into more of a spotlight in the 90s. Like you had Ann Trayson, you had all those guys just doing epic things, winning Western States many
Like
times
long
over.
distance.
Yeah, and just
Back then was like Western States, like 100-miler, like crazy.
it wasn't like this.
Right.
Like, it
well,
wasn't
but
like it
now
is-
it's like the 200s, the 300s.
Oh, do you mean the distances?
Yeah, distance wise.
Yeah.
Like back then,
Yeah.
was it like Western States is like 100 miles? Like
Yeah.
someone's
Is it
running
as
100
was
miles.
it as mind like it's not as mind blowing now? Like you can hear.
I
people
mean,
like,
it's totally more normalized.
like, don't you
now.
think we're becoming like a little bit desensitized
Yeah.
to like distances?
But I think it's a lot of it is the live tracking. Like Cocodona,
yeah.
the way they live track it makes 250 miles look so accessible to people.
Yeah.
Because, like it's not.
Yeah,
like
it's
it's actually
good point.
not.
Yeah.
Like it's very, very hard. But the way that you get to watch people progress and they focus on the back of the pack and you just immediately think, oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
And like they have record amount of signups for 250 miles. That's so
sold
cool.
out in like 14 minutes.
Yeah,
for the
like
next
crash
year.
I
the
mean,
server and
that's
everything.
they have wait lists for these races.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people that watches it and I'm like, I could do that. I watch it and I'm like,
do you know how many nights of sleep you're losing?
I know.
I
It's pretty
love
wild.
sleeping.
What do you think started this like this recent boom that we're in now with like
COVID. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
just
But-
because
Like also before COVID, I remember in like 2017, 2018, you started seeing more like filmmaking happening on the scene. Like now it's just insane.
Yeah.
Now there's a camera on everybody.
it's true.
yeah.
And everybody's got a movie coming out. But like it was becoming more and more popular. It was growing more here too. Like we had Rain Shadow running and just like
Mhm.
I don't know, something I just think all of like COVID and then just how everybody got on social media during COVID too.
Yeah.
Suddenly it's so easy to stream anything. Everybody
it's
learned
just
how
like
to
a content
stream.
boom. I
Yeah.
think YouTube, I would love to see like how YouTube increased in like viewership during COVID compared to past years. Cause
Yeah.
like I started watching more YouTube
Oh, really?
during COVID. And that's
Yeah.
where like all these runners are putting out their films. They're like free on
Yeah.
YouTube.
And I
Yeah.
think one of my theories is like related to the content is like people now are seeing how accessible like the backcountry is and like people like that are
Yeah.
running there and they're like, wow, I want to do that. Like that,
So dangerous though. You
Yeah.
ask you ask SARS.
Yeah.
but I do think it showed a lot of what people didn't know they were like missing out on or that was there, right? Like,
Yeah.
that they could go and be fit enough to go to these places in a day or, it doesn't have to be a multi-day backpacking hike.
Right.
It could be a quick day
Yeah.
trip run.
No.
So yeah, I think it's funny to see, because with COVID, one of the things I think that's changed a lot, we were always kind of advised to like stay away from groups and but everyone was like doing their own running thing outside. But
Yeah.
now you see like group running, like group runs, run clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you
that's-
had that whole boom of like people wanted to get back together again.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
after the isolation for so long, people were like dying to do things in
Yeah,
a
true.
group.
I got,
not me.
I
so
got,
much, but no, it was like, do you remember that? There was like a boom of like, let's get together and do stuff.
oh, for sure.
yeah.
I got COVID from a half marathon race.
You did?
Yeah.
Dang.
It was my first half marathon road race. Just came home with COVID.
Oh man.
Too many people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what else is slightly different topic, but what I'm noticing now is that it seems like professional runners can make that a lifestyle. Like they can sustain themselves, you know, from just running and sponsorship money and prize money. It's like that's something I feel like 10, 20 years ago wasn't really a thing. You would hear professional runners having like day jobs, right? And now it's like the elites can make a decent
I feel like it's still progressing there though,
Yeah,
because
for sure.
like there's like the few, like the Jim Walmsleys, the
elites.
Killians.
It's the top of the top, exactly.
Yeah, like, but you see, like when I'm watching these YouTube films, like, or even other podcasts, like Boulder Boys, they all have day jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Like Seth Ruling, who's running Western States, he's like a nurse, and I think most of them have to work around like a professional career, because it's not at that point where it's like Major League Baseball or something where like everyone in the sport can make a competitive salary. Like some people get paid squat and they're performing well, but some of them don't even have sponsorship
It's still
deals.
like as big as running is now, it's still a very small circle.
Yeah.
Like runners aren't professional athletes to the majority of the world.
No.
You know, but I mean, if you're in the running community, they're being broadcast, they're being interviewed, they're being treated like professional athletes.
Yeah,
you
they
know,
feel
like
like celebrities
celebrities.
to us,
Yeah.
How do you think like like you just kind of mentioned, the outside world like views the obsession with like this sport, like where we're at now?
I don't think
Like
I don't think you see it.
Because like I feel like, well, when I grew up, it was just like running is running. Like you run to just like get healthy and like stay fit.
I mean, the amount of people that come in the shop and are just like super new to running are oblivious to like a big part of
Yeah.
the
I was
world
for
that
sure
it
for a
is.
while.
Yeah.
Would you say that's actually interesting? Would you say that's majority of the people that you interact with are kind of just like?
No. I mean, we just get a mix of everybody in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a small town. But yeah, just, I don't know. I think we are in a silo that feels huge now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of all the media attention.
And we just surround ourselves, like we just pump
just
ourselves with that
constantly
content.
consuming
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
But I still don't think. I mean, like you can have Jim Walmsley walk down the street and nobody's gonna recognize him.
That's so
That's
true.
very
You know?
true.
Yeah.
Except
Like-
for Nick and I.
Yeah.
We'll probably start crying.
These guys fanboying.
Yeah. Definitely taking my shoe off and asking for an autograph.
Shit.
Does anybody have a Sharpie?
Oh my
Hopefully I'm
God.
wearing a hoka that day.
No, it's so funny.
Wait, so off of that, like having grown up like from childhood, like being in the sport, seeing like two guys like us be like, yeah, Jim Walmsley and like Killian, and like we're filling out Western States like fantasy brackets. Like,
so wild.
like how do you like perceive that in terms of like where the sport came from?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to sound like a jerk or anything because I'm totally impressed with people that can run like they run. But like something my grandpa told me when I was racing when I was young was there will always be somebody better than you. And I will just always remember that. And no, he didn't mean it in a bad way, so nobody be mean.
Yeah.
But
No mean comments.
but it's like as accessible as this sport has become, it's also become wildly inaccessible to compete in it because the people that have access to, you know, the means to compete in these things, to the means to like have the greatest, most expensive gear. Like, I mean, that Hans kid was living in a trailer in the middle of the woods and he crushed Walmsley's record and he was nobody, you know? And like, I just think there's always going to be somebody out there that's just not getting the intention. So to me, running is a funny sport because you will never really get to compete against the best, like because there's always somebody out there.
Yeah, it's like
know?
unfair, not unfair, but just different terms. Like I know like the whole Salomon team, like they have like personal trainers on staff for them. They have like nutritionists and like like if you're up against like a 25-year-old kid living in a trailer, like nutritionist powered by
Pizza.
moldy Wonder Bread and Top Ramen.
Yeah. Which
do you
I love.
think? Do you think? Question to both of you, that we'll ever see running, maybe it's trail running or marathon running, at the same level as we see the NBA or the MLB or the NFL?
Oh.
Do you think it'll ever get even close
I
to
don't
that?
think
No.
so.
I think because everybody can do it. You know,
Yeah.
like not everybody can play basketball. It's just, and it's a team sport. Like running is so individual, and like people run for such different reasons.
Well, what about cycling? Because I feel like cycling is probably a lot bigger in Europe, and there's
Yeah.
definitely, I think, I think a lot of what we see in running today, whether it's how people train, how they, the nutrition, it's coming from the cycling world first. It happens in cycling, and then it kind of comes into running. Do you think? I don't know where I'm going with this, but do you think it's going to continue to grow on the trajectory?
I mean,
that it's
maybe
growing
if
today?
it keeps being broadcast the way it is. Because,
Yeah.
it's boring to watch people run, but it's also
It's
boring to
just
watch
like-
people golf.
Well,
It's so
people
funny.
complain about how long a baseball game is.
It's so long.
Yeah, but then we're watching Cocodona 250 that takes
For
multiple
days.
days.
Next
I know.
weekend, I'm going to be at a party, and it's Western States weekend, and I'm
you
sorry,
mean,
but
you mean your child's birthday?
but the TV's going to be on, and it's going to be streaming Western States the
Yeah.
whole day. And sorry, family, but
But if you're coming from a place where you know what it takes to get there versus you're just an outsider just
Yeah.
seeing a dude trotting in the woods, like how is that going to hold your attention? Because and unless there's like a head-to-head race that's just like going
Yeah.
at it, like if you don't, I don't
Well,
know.
I mean, I think we're also talking specifically just kind of like ultra, but like I think Boston Marathon like this year had tons of viewership, like
Yeah.
streaming, and I guarantee it gets more streaming numbers than
Yeah.
like these
Well, then you have
multi-day
track
ultras.
and field and stuff. I think it's more, like my head's just not in that scene. So I
Mine
mean,
hasn't.
track
I
is
know-
pretty watched, especially in the Olympics. That's one of the.
I know Nick keeps up with it
Yeah.
more, but like I watched Boston because of like Connor Mance and Clayton Young, who like you kind of turned me on to, which like normally I think road running is so boring, but it was actually pretty cool.
But it's funny because I think you say that because what got you hooked was the content, the YouTube series. Like Clayton Young's YouTube series was one of the
Yeah.
best pieces of content on running that I've seen in a while. It's really well done. It goes really into his training and his build-ups to the
It's
Olympics,
really cool.
to
It has
Boston.
like his coach. What's his coach's name?
Ed Eystone, I think.
Ed Eystone. He was like an Olympian, and he's
Yeah.
his coach like out in Utah. And Cadence, the like nutrition hydration company, made a YouTube series on his build to Boston.
Oh, really?
Like the production value was insane, like
Yeah.
so good. And I think that to me, when I watch those like high quality productions, it makes everything feel more accessible and like interesting, and like builds that hype for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. It's interesting because then you've got people crushing it who just don't have cameras on them all the time.
Right.
Like Rachel Intrican is just doing really, really hard things and winning, and it's taken so much to get attention on her.
Getting a lot
Still-
more cameras on her now. with
Yeah.
all the
Still doesn't
podcasts
have
and-
a Topo sponsorship.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. It is wild where it's gotten to. Like run influencers are like both helping and hurting,
Yeah.
and
Definitely.
like bringing people in and that
Well,
never thought they
there's-
could, but also like putting out damaging content just like anything else.
Yes.
The internet is a dangerous place.
And they're getting sponsorship deals.
Yeah.
Influencers.
Yeah.
Like BPN, right? They have so many influencers that they like sponsor. And like to your point, yeah, I've seen some cringy influencer content that's
I've
gotten them in trouble.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, like riding e-bikes at the New York City Marathon to film content.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Too old.
That wasn't VPN though, was it?
No, that was another influencer.
Yeah, that was. Matt
Well,
Joy,
real
probably.
quick though, tell me about this fantasy.
Oh yeah,
Free
yeah.
trail.
So Free Trail, which is probably like the biggest trail running media company.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put on like they call it Free Trail Fantasy. So like pretty much every big race throughout the year, they will post the like, I feel like they pull from like ultra sign up, like who's gonna run the race, and then you pick your top 5 for female and male, like in order who you think is gonna win.
Oh,
and then
funny.
they have like an
get
algorithm
points.
and point system. So like you get points still, I think, even if you, is it like top 5 or even beyond, you can still get some points.
Yeah, it's just fun to see like for that given race what place you come in, and for some of these bigger races like Western States, you're actually picking 10 deep for male
Yeah.
and female, and the brands are even getting in on this. Like Hoka's sponsoring. I don't know if they're doing it this year. I assume so, but the previous years, top 3 winners will get like full kitted out by Hoka.
Oh, funny.
So they'll partner and you'll
Yeah.
get
Did you guys
full-
do it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
But there's a lot of like. Chances are, I don't think I've ever gotten higher than like 20 something. That's like the best I've ever placed. But because there's thousands of people that play.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
So, but then I think what Free Trail's doing is, if I'm not mistaken, at the end of the year, after all the races, they have like an overall leaderboard, and
Yeah.
so whoever like has
Like
done the
how many
best-
races?
A lot.
It's like all year.
There's so,
All year.
oh yeah,
Oh, funny.
It's
everything.
Golden Trail races, like
Like Broken Arrow, you get to pick like all the ascent, the 23K,
Oh.
and the 40s.
Did you guys do that?
Yeah, I do every single
You
one.
do all of them.
the worst though. What I will say, the worst is when you wake up on race morning and then someone
Someone's out.
scratches is like last minute, but they don't like tell anybody, and then the race starts, and you're
What
like,
was the
Hans
race?
Troyer for Black Canyon.
Black Canyon.
You get the flu.
I woke up super early and I saw it and I texted Nick. I was like, dude, I know that you put Hans as like number 1.
I did.
He's out. And then he didn't wake up in time to switch it.
Yeah, so that
funny.
didn't place very well. But yeah, so at the end of the year, they have like an overall leaderboard, and I don't know what place you have to come into, but Free Trail does what they Trail Runner of the Year, and basically they have a voting system. It's weighted, and then they basically will award trail runners like you're the trail runner of the year, or you're the runner up, and every day they announce
So
like.
funny.
And
Yeah.
so I think part of their like thing is, if you're in the top of the fantasy at the end of the year, you get like on the board for the voting, so you get to like actually vote and say who's part of the Free Trail runner of the year. So which is cool.
Yeah.
It's fun. I think it keeps the race interesting because you're kind of
Yeah.
always checking your fantasy, and it's very similar to like how when you're playing
Like-
fantasy football.
Yeah.
True.
I played fantasy football, but this is.
We got you playing for Western States. We'll sign you up, and you pick your.
See who does best.
Yeah,
Ooh,
should
we
do
should have some
do a
sort
little
of
pool.
challenge,
Yeah.
some bet.
That'd be fun.
Oh
Um,
man,
Loser has to do like.
there's a lot of solid women. Holy crap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are.
Yeah.
That it was just as hard picking the women as the men for me.
Yeah.
I think the women's race is going to be extremely exciting this year.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
um,
Did you make your choices yet?
I haven't yet. I know
Don't
you-
say them. Don't say them.
Is that like
Why not?
bad luck?
No, because I don't want to copy.
Oh, you're gonna do it?
Yeah. Just
Okay.
Can
states,
anyone
just-
do it, or do
wait,
you have to be a free trail?
No, just yeah.
Okay.
You need to sign up for an account. I just
Oh.
linked my Gmail to it, so.
Oh, funny.
Oh,
But you have to pick them before the race starts because then
Yeah.
it locks.
We'll
Well,
see if I remember.
yeah. True.
It's so funny because running is such a like crapshoot because you could be the most trained person on earth and have the worst run of your life on any given day.
Or like
any given
nutrition
day.
is just not
Yeah.
vibing.
It's
Yeah.
so crazy.
Or
the
like
things
the
that can
weather,
derail.
like on the day of, the weather's different, and
Yeah.
someone else is like, their training's like peak for what it is that
Yeah.
day.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, it's
Never know.
fun
Yeah,
to be
it
a
is fun.
spectator in that aspect, but I don't want to be one of them.
I know.
And like it's funny because you're like watching running's boring, but I actually when you said that I was thinking about like a lot of people would say watching baseball games is boring, but if
Yeah.
you're invested and you know how things work and you know all the little,
Yeah.
it's not boring for those people, and I think that's kind of how I feel when I watch streaming, right? All day long streams, Cocodona, like Western
Yeah.
States.
Yeah.
It's like very exciting to me where I can see like other people like this weekend, next weekend that I'll be with rolling their eyes like, what are we watching?
For
Oh
sure.
In this blurry, fuzzy stream.
No,
you
my
know?
my wife.
Please take a
doesn't
video
get
of
it.
you trying to watch Western at your son's birthday party.
Oh,
Yes.
and it's funny because it happens like he's only 2, so it's
Yeah.
their second birthday. But last year it was on the same day's birthday party.
Oh,
I'd brought
funny.
all my family over, and by the end of the day, people were like, "How's the guy with the mustache, Rod, doing?" Like, they started like learning the names and like.
See,
that's
that's
how it goes.
good.
Yeah.
That's totally like my parents. They would get invested 100%.
Yeah.
Well,
So, all right. So let's get into the good stuff, the stuff that Ryan and I think about most of the day, and that's gear and shoes.
I think about it all day in a different
That's
way.
that's true.
You're like,
Different
what
way.
you actually probably do think about it more than we do. So.
what do I need to order more stock of?
Yeah. Although I am, yes, very. I think like when you're going through your process of like ordering the next shoes, I'm like, oh, it's gotta be so fun. Like, I'm sure it's
so
stressful.
not,
and-
but that's why I like throw them to you guys sometimes. I'm like, what do you think of this one? What do you think of this
Oh.
one? Because
So- yeah.
it's just a crapshoot. What's gonna catch?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's just like
it's like
so
fantasy.
cool.
You never know what's gonna work.
Yeah, you
Like, what do you guys
just-
want?
Yeah.
What do you want?
Get just like a window and preview into like what so many people don't
I see
seeing
the
what's
future.
coming. You literally see the future.
I see the future.
Yeah. And you get to like try them on like ahead of time, which is pretty cool.
I swear every time
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, this shoe's coming out. You're like, yeah, I put it on. It's super squishy. And I'm like, okay, well, that's a good thing for me.
I think the default right now is everything is super squishy.
like this shoe.
Yeah, like let's talk about this Salomon Aero Glide.
Yeah.
3. Finally,
Aero
they got it
Glide.
right because 1 and 2 was horrendous.
Oh, did you run in the first
yeah,
two
we
versions?
carried like we opened with
I
number 1.
Oh, nice.
I always see Jim, who's off camera, in his Aero Glide ones,
Yeah.
which actually I really like the colorway that they did. It kind of like a multicolor.
Yeah, but this is so much more improved.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Do you want to
should we
go
talk about
through?
the-
You want to go through some specs?
Yeah. So I have a sheet in front of me for the gravel, but I will say the road and the gravel shoe are reasonably
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah,
There's
so
some differences.
we're talking about both shoes. There's obviously the road version, and then they just came out with the gravel version, which is really like a road to trail, like very light trail shoe, but pretty much same, like just minor details that are different.
No,
Yeah,
they got different tongues
yeah,
and
different
uppers.
tongue.
Yep.
Foam very
Rubber.
similar though.
Yeah.
Like, they're
Yeah.
same. Yeah. So this shoe, just to read off some of the tech features, it's 32 millimeters in the front, 40 in the back for an 8 millimeter drop. It's considered a max cushion shoe. The terrain that at least the gravel is aiming for is city parks, paved surfaces, smooth, mixed. I'd say that it says here the fit is standard, but I would say it's more
Accommodating.
Yeah, it's
Again,
very roomy
yeah,
actually.
exactly.
Yes.
Especially for a Salomon. Like
Yeah.
historically, Salomon's really narrow. So if you are on the wider side, I have a wider foot. Ryan, you have a wider foot.
Yep.
I would say very comfortable. A couple other things here. As far as the upper, it's called Endo Fit. It's kind of just like a, I don't know, pretty standard upper. Nothing super fancy
Yeah.
about that. And then the energy foam is the foam that they're using in here. It says a foam composition delivering a super dynamic experience made from 100% TPU.
I'm pretty sure it also has like a sustainability aspect to the foam, like made with recycled.
Yeah, the Evo
Materials, yeah.
Energy Evo foam.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
But yeah, so a couple different, 2 different versions here, a couple different colorways. What do you think? You both have. Do you know how many miles that you have in the shoe roughly?
I do. Do you want to go
What do you got?
first? I have 68 miles is what I checked this morning. I was going to go running today, but then I fell asleep. Sweet. Dad life. Yeah, I've got 68 miles.
I think I did about 40 in the gravel.
Nice.
What do you guys think? Oh, I probably am around the 50. This past week, I've really bumped up. I did a long run, did 13 miles in it on Sunday.
Right, and you've got gravel version.
Mm-hmm.
You have gravel
Gravel.
version. I have the road version. I want the gravel version, But-
I ordered it.
it's coming.
Well, that's a spoiler for how much Ryan likes the shoe.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go first? Because I could
Yeah.
just tell me to shut up because I love this shoe a ton, so I could talk about it all day long. But this shoe, for me personally, is probably the biggest surprise of the year. I never would have expected to honestly even give a Salomon road shoe a chance. It's the first Salomon road shoe I've ever run in, but it just works so well for me. I think I have a really weird shaped foot, so kind of standard too whitish, but my toes splay and are weird, and this shoe just like accommodates it perfectly. It's not sloppy. It's like really dialed fit, but just enough room to. I've never ever had a hot spot in this shoe. No heel slippage, no like toe pinching or anything. I just love the shoe. I am a cushion guy, so I know
It's soft.
It's soft, definitely, but like not like marshmallow soft. Like there's some other like max cushion shoes out there where the stack heights are just getting astronomical. But this one's just like in that sweet spot for me. So yeah, last thing I'll say, we went to Hawaii a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I'm just going to bring one shoe to do
Which
everything.
is amazing.
Yeah. And
Yeah, honestly,
for
props
my
to you.
collection out of my 20 plus or whatever I have,
Yeah.
I chose the Aero Glide. I brought it with me, and in Hawaii, I think I did like 25 miles there, which again, I have the road shoe, but I did some sweet like Hawaiian trail runs where it was like sandy, like lava rock, and this thing was great.
Yeah.
I wish I had the gravel version to bring. I would have brought in that instead, but the road version just held its own too. The one thing I'm curious about with this shoe is just the durability of it.
Well, what do you got?
I
Did
mean,
you say almost 70 miles on
yeah.
it? There's no breakdown
Yeah,
on
it
this
looks
phone.
No.
It looks pretty
no
good.
breakdown in the
Yeah.
foam. There's some slight wear in like the tread.
You took it on lava rocks, man.
I did, but like I also feel like it's like, I mean, I guess clearly I'm like a heel striker.
We know you love to pronate.
But yeah, like that's the only thing is I just be curious to see like how many miles I can get out of this shoe. But it's definitely like I know it's early, we're halfway through the year, but like right now for me, this is my top daily trainer, hands down.
That's amazing.
And I've tried a bunch.
You've tried everything.
I've tried, like,
literally everything.
New Balance, like the Adidas SL, like Asics, like I've tried a bunch, Hoka's, and like this is the one I keep reaching for.
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts. I love this shoe.
What about you, Taryn? Do you have anything you want to add?
I don't feel like a fair review of it because mine's too big, and it's just too roomy.
Fit wise.
Yeah, it's just because for one thing it's too wide, and then they do all their road shoes fit big. Like you do,
Interesting.
you can like
Do you
size.
have your true to size, like
No, I need to size down in it, but the one I have. But it like the first time I ran in it, I did a road run in the gravel one, and it was actually like it's nice, fun, bouncy ride.
yeah.
But it's too soft for me.
Yeah.
And I'm just always going to be the downer. But like I will say, I'm so thrilled for Salomon because carrying Salomon has been such a battle in the shop because their first 2 years of road shoes were horrendous, and they know it because they're gone now.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's good. There's progress happening.
For sure.
And,
Yeah.
and people are happy with it.
Yeah.
Definitely across the
But-
board. I see like really good reviews
Yeah.
on this shoe. Like,
Don't
not
be
just from
afraid to
us.
try Salomon.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Seriously.
this is a sleeper shoe. Like,
Yeah.
I think most people probably didn't have this on their radar, but
Yeah.
you should. Like I said, I did 13 miles in it this past weekend on the gravel SVT, and I would like my takeaway from this shoe is like it's comfortable. Like,
Yeah.
So comfy.
It's not like don't expect it to be a carbon racer shoe. It's not what it's made for.
Yeah.
It's made for cruising. It's made for daily miles, and I think it's great at that.
It's pretty light too, though.
pretty
Like
light.
I actually feel like it can pick up the pace. I just find it to be pretty versatile.
It is light. It says 9.7 ounces for a UK 8.5, and we said what? That's a 9.
I think that's a 9.5
9.5
US.
US, yeah. So that is pretty light. And what I like about this is we didn't really touch on this. Is like the heel is nice and structured.
Yep.
It's gusseted tongue, which I like a lot.
On the gravel.
On the gravel. Is
Yeah.
the tongue not gusseted on the road?
No, not the road.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
People have tended to like one over the other.
Really?
Yeah. So
Huh.
Ryan will be the test for people that, if you actually like the gravel, if you like them both. Because so
Yes.
far it's been a one or the other.
Yeah.
I'm just so curious if there are notable differences. Like,
It is It's how it holds you in, and like that tongue is quite different.
Yeah.
Would you say it still is as accommodating?
Yeah,
fit-wise?
totally.
Okay.
It's so freaking roomy.
I know.
Yeah.
I have a really wide forefoot, and I have so much room in this shoe. In this shoe.
It's
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah. So I like it a lot. Yeah.
What? So like being the gravel version, like obviously it has deeper lugs. I want to say they're 2.5 millimeters. Yeah, I'm pretty positive it's 2.5. What's like the most technical or like most kind of trail you would take that shoe on?
Let it be a gravel shoe.
I want to push its limits.
It's a gravel shoe.
I feel like
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't take it on anything like super technical, but
It's a genre now. Gravel is a genre.
yeah, I would use this as like a road to trail shoe. I wouldn't like go all day.
because you were trying to convince me to wear it at Echo.
I wouldn't have any concerns.
It
with
actually
It's
would have done
stable.
well. It was, yeah.
Yeah, it's stable. It's like a nice platform. I think this grip, the contact grip, is great. And like I said, I think for that race, you're just looking for something comfortable, and this is a comfortable shoe. Yeah, I think that we didn't mention its price. This is if you're
160.
US 160, which is I feel like what daily trainers are kind of hovering
becoming
around.
the new
Standard.
normal.
Yeah, it's the new normal.
What,
So
isn't
long,
that what-
140.
I think it's,
Yeah.
I think it's, yeah, I do think it's worth the 160. Like personally, I picked this shoe up, and I think, yeah, no regrets. So, I hope Salomon keeps this similar in the lineup.
Yeah,
I
and
think they're onto something
future
with this, with these
iterations.
shoes. So, yeah. Alrighty. So that's our gear review for this week's episode. Wrapping things up. Well, we talked about Western States and Broken Arrow. So by the time this comes out, Broken Arrow would have already concluded.
Yeah.
Western
Sure
States would be
will.
like 2 days away.
I got to do my fantasy.
We gotta
Fantasy,
see
fantasy.
Taryn's
Fancy.
bracket.
Yep. We're
I
gonna.
guess they're not really brackets. You just pick who
We
top
should-
10
we
is.
should do
Watch
a
how
poll.
horrible it'll be.
We should do a poll or something.
can't
We're
remember
like-
anybody's name.
We're like, who is this guy you put as number one?
Look, I just feel like he's gonna have a good day.
Yeah.
Like it's his
It's
first
his time to
Yeah.
shine.
Yeah.
We should do like a pool or something, and then like I don't know, winner, loser maybe has to do something. I don't know, maybe the gel challenge where you put a bunch of gels in one mix them all in one thing and eat it.
Every gel in the
Oh.
store.
Yeah. No. So yeah, that's really exciting race coming up. As far as future episodes go, I think we are aiming to continue doing the reviews. Not necessarily just shoes. I think we want to just review all things in running. So apparel.
Yeah, there's cool stuff.
Yeah, we have everything here, like recovery tools, apparel, socks, vests, belts, all that. So expect
Nutrition.
that. Nutrition for sure.
Little taste testing action.
Yeah. And then
We want to talk to people.
yeah,
Yes,
eventually,
big
yeah.
time.
interviews are a big thing that we're trying to line up right now.
Yeah. Do some chatting.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
There's some cool topics happening at that trail con.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what comes out of that.
Yeah.
And I think from like an innovation perspective, it can be pretty exciting. Some of the people that are on deck to speak there.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we could do a little debrief of TrailCon and
Yeah.
what we took out of that.
Wait, okay, when
future
is it?
episode. It's between I believe it's next week between Western States and Broken Arrow.
It's
that-
during the
gap,
week?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, so while you're at work, so you got time.
If my boss is watching this, I'm totally not going to watch it while I'm
You
working.
can only hear it. They're not streaming video.
Oh, really?
Audio only, they said, yeah.
It's okay. It could- yeah.
He'll never know.
Yeah. I
Well,
think
cool.
lastly, we would appreciate if you find what we're talking about interesting, the topics, the gear. Definitely let us know what you would like to hear from us in the future. We're open to recommendations. Recommendations, is that the word?
It can be.
We're open to
Yeah.
We're tired
Feedback.
for real.
Yeah.
Was our energy low? Let us know if our... No, we don't want any negative comments. Only
positive only.
positive.
We just want to know how good we look.
We're doing a
and
great
sound.
job.
But don't forget to subscribe to YouTube, follow on Spotify, follow on Apple
Apple.
Podcasts.
It's a lot
That's
of
how-
tasks.
Yeah, that's how you'll know that future episodes are getting published.
We
Every
just
other
have we have
Thursday.
everybody's preferred method of however you want to watch or listen.
Yeah, people pleasers.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
Episodes every other Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you in the next one.
Peace.
I don't ever know how to get out. Always like cut.
I kind of like that. It just needs to be like an awkward.
I just
end
cut
to
to
the
a
episode.
slate.